Yeah,
Yeah.
I muted you. It made you quieter because you were bothering me the other day.
What was I doing?
I don't know. I can't remember.
That's
Tell
good.
us
At
what
least
we're
it wasn't
doing
that
here,
important.
Soaring.
All right. Well, Jarv and I are here to give a little bit of a fun little segment. There's a lot of exciting stories to tell. It was just kind of impromptu. I'm breaking the fourth wall, but we're here to talk about Sunset. Are you watching? For everyone that it's not watching, it's audio only. I need you to do me a favor. Next 10 seconds, look at the screen. 11 of the 14 teams are 3-2 and 2-3. Shadow's 3-2 -5. If he loses, he can go into relegation range like that. It's that simple. And that's how this is. Sunset's always the tightest race. And we're here to talk about it.
So
That's what we're here for.
you said 11 of the 14 teams were 2-3 and 3-2.
Well,
right?
you said that, and I'm repeating it to sound.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. And we have other close divisions, right? I think like 8 of the 14 teams in Crystal are like 2-3, right? There's a lot of parity in the PBO this season. But I just want to also point out, of those 3 other teams that are not 2-3 or 3-2 in the Thunderdome, at the bottom, Birmingham got his first win and is dead on the heels of the playoff race. 1 game out in the win column, but look at the differential. 1 more win and Birmingham is dead center of the pack.
Yeah.
Soaring called out Shadow sitting on the precipice cliff between in playoffs and in relegation. He has almost as bad of a diff as Birmingham.
Shadow, we love you, by the way. I'm just that's what sticks out in Sunset.
At the top, you have Helsinki Jellicent Club at 4-1 +9. But that 4-1 is the fakest 4-1 +9 I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you for this website, Helsinki.
2 forfeit wins making up the majority of their advantage over the division. And that 1 loss was pretty ugly, where Helsinki
and he's well within his right to claim those games.
Okay. That 1 loss was so ugly where Helsinki decided I'm bringing all of the shitters for some reason. And then you have Syracuse, who is beating up the division to some degree. But tonight has a very, very tough match against our number 5, the Lilhill Gimmigholes, who currently sits at the top of the Sunset division in terms of ELO.
Also brought similar shitters to Little Hill, and Little Hill, let me tell you all this, I've known Little Hill since 4th grade, so we talk a lot. Helsinki, you've changed him. He's now afraid of sand, castles, ghosts, and maybe water from that game alone. He does not like Palo Sand anymore. That mon has haunted him.
In the past week,
Terrace Tail Hydrapple, also equally terrifying.
In the past week, I've been in calls where I've heard people mutter, "Oh yeah, Palisand."
I've never heard that. I've been around for a little bit.
He brought a Palisand. I couldn't do anything against the Palisand.
Yeah, water compaction and or sand veil, which is legal. Yeah. But it's probably water. We never actually saw the ability.
I'm sure it was water compaction.
It is water compaction for the bundle, probably. Or the Terra Water, Great Tusk.
Even on the kill leaderboard. Number 1, Syracuse Snorlax. Number 2, Gimmighoul Pump and Dumps.
Yep.
The parody, the storylines in this division are fantastic.
Syracuse Snorlax 4-1 +11. Now, for some lore dump here for PBO, you have the Dawn, you have the Dawn, Aiden, Sydney, a little group along with like a June, and then through June like Bup. Another little group is like the Ben group. Ben, Alabama Alakazams, Ben, the Walter guy, Syracuse Snorlax, and Vancouver Valiants. Ben helps Syracuse and Vancouver equally, I'm sure. whoever's the favorite is whoever's winning. Right now, Syracuse is winning with the help of Ben, probably. And he's putting Terra Okidogi on the map. Which always happens in Sunset, by the way, where a random Terra captain will just appear. Like some random mid-tier. Like last season was Halucha. This season it's Okidogi and Cresselia. Terra. Out of nowhere. It just always happens. It always happens where just some random Terra captain pops up like, oh yeah, those ones are pretty good.
Sunset is the only division where Raging Bolt is not running through everybody. Like every other division has just had like Terra Fairy or Terra Dragon Raging Bolt picking up 2 to 3 kills every week. And I know Leo has missed a game, but Raging Bolt only 6-3. Were you gonna shout out Sydney?
Yeah, I was gonna shout out Sydney. I think Klecker has it right in Crystal. I can double check that. I'm pretty sure Klecker has it in Crystal.
But the Alomomola is the mascot for Klecker.
Yeah, I mean, now him and that thing are inseparable. And then in Gazer, Raging Bolt. Alabama Fralier is actually Blue Fusion is 3-4, -1 in Gazer with it. But this is just about Sunset, not about anything else.
We don't talk about Green Combinations Raging Bolt.
Oh yeah, that's not. This isn't about Gazer, it's about Sunset. Leo has. I don't think Leo has yet mastered it, but knowing Leo, he will.
Every
He's
week,
adaptable.
We come back to these standings, and there's been so much movement from just a single game. So, for example, let's say tonight, Lilhill beats Syracuse. Right? Let's say it's like a 2-0 or a 3-0. Lilhill is going to move up 1, maybe 2 spots. Syracuse is going to same thing.
Maybe go to second.
Drop 1 or 2 spots, right? If it's like a big loss, and I don't think we've had too many big losses in Sunset this season. If it's like a 6-0,
if it's a 6-0, then
if it's like a 6-0,
we can put on watch.
All right, what's Syracuse's like rest of schedule?
I'm an independent fact checker. Hold on. There has not been. Hold on. There's been no 6-0s. There's been 2 5-0s in 5 weeks. That was you, Jarv, versus Lion City, and then Helsinki beating Kuma. That's it. There's been 2 5-0s through 5 weeks in Sunset. Otherwise, they've been 4-0s or smaller.
So, the remaining schedule for Syracuse, right? Syracuse, I think we can say, is firmly in playoffs. Or is he?
Or is he?
The next 2 weeks are against Lilhill, who up to this point has been one of the top teams.
He's been fun to watch.
Has taken a spill the last 2 weeks, but has been scraping it out through like some crazy like mid-game tech, like Custap Berry, 1 HP, Great Tusk, Choice Scarf, Encore, Bundle, Bluff that is not Choice Scarf, into Encore, Debond, Custap, Gardevoir to shut down the Terapagos. Like, he is pulling out some really cool tech in the mid-games, but he kind of has to with a somewhat middling roster in order to scrape these out. And that's why he's only got a +2 diff. The next week, another intra-Lutang battle. Syracuse has to face me, who, I was talking to my Overwatch friend, and we've dubbed it the Parabola, where it's up, down for my entire existence.
Nicknamed the stock market. Nicknamed the stock market.
That being said, my diff is spectacular. Because when I win games, I win them. And when I lose games, it's like 2-0. It's close. So
I'm glad we're on to you now. I was about to say, we mentioned all of the top 4, top 5, but you.
We're going to wrap around to like Helsinki and Leo. We haven't given them enough credit or love. But Syracuse, there's totally a world where Syracuse is going into the final week against the Janeiro Tinkatons, who was at number 1 after 2 weeks and has only stumbled. Not only stumbled, but has somewhat only stumbled because of 2 forfeit losses.
losses. And then Birmingham was the what I mean,
the killer Birmingham. We'll get down to Birmingham.
Yeah.
But
we'll
there's
get to
a
all
world
14 proper.
where Syracuse, playing two really tough opponents these next 2 weeks, if he can't find a win, could be going into week 8 trying to get into playoffs.
Because 5 wins, for everybody that doesn't know, gets you in, pretty much. 5 wins gets you in.
But if he's 4-3 plus 4,
yeah,
he might need a win, or he might need a close loss against a team who says 2-3. Right now, they're 2-1 plus 2.
And while talking about Syracuse and Janeiro, we can stick within that playoff cutoff. If he's going into week 8 at 4-3 plus 4, I'm confident in Cowtow's and Kuma's ability to be also around there, to be a 3-4 with positive diff, and that could be one diff could decide like the last 2 spots in 7 and 8.
So I did research on this. I went back through.
Oh, Don is 7th. Oh, okay.
Right. So Don was 12th in the power.
Yeah, I thought I was like, was he 13th?
Because he was 1-3.
Yeah.
What was it? 1-3 minus.
It was like minus
3
or something.
1-3 minus 3. Gets 1 win, jumps from near relegation zone to 7th in playoffs. I did some research. I went back through every division in the past 2 years, and I wanted to see what was the hardest a division has been to make playoffs. What has been the best record to be that 8th seed? In Sunset, it's been 4-4 plus or minus 0. Has been the toughest it's been to get into playoffs. That was season 8. I want to say there were 3 or 4 teams that missed playoffs at 4-4 minus 1 or 4-4 minus 2.
Let me get you the facts on that as independent fact checker. Independent fact checking says yes. Syracuse 4-4 plus 2, Meward Order 4-4 0, Cherry Hill Bus Ross 4-4 minus 1. Also, Geo 4-4 minus 2, and Jarv 4-4 minus 2.
Right, so the diff matters. I know Stargazer has had a number of seasons where the 8th seed, like the last 2, was the Worcester Roopers at 4-4 plus 2. This division could be. You might need 4-4 plus 5 to get in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna roll out. The week 7 and week 8 game of the weeks are going to be incredibly difficult to choose from because so many of these teams are hanging on by a fingernail. A loss, never mind the diff. Put aside the diff for a second. A loss for any of these teams, all the way up and down, is you're holding your breath. Not even about relegation, right? And relegation, the threat of relegation is its own story. But to make playoffs,
is not.
Wins are so important. Helsinki. So we want to talk about Helsinki now? Just keep going up and down and covering people?
We're on his website. We might as well.
Thank
you, Helsinki.
The Helsinki Jellicent Club has picked up 2 forfeit wins, which
within his right, and he did try. Remember, he tried to play the games, but the people were just not there. Kalib, non-existent, and Janeiro, I think, gave him the win.
I think Janeiro gave him the win
correctly.
Pulling out
wins
there was
any attempt
against Kuma, who, as we do, as tradition in the Thunderdome, we had Kuma as the preseason number 1, and then Lilhill, I believe, was his first match. That he lost.
Lilhill, yes. Lilhill's first loss was to Helsinki in that
Great
week,
wins.
Yeah.
A loss to Syracuse, and then 2 forfeits. So it's kind of what do you make of Helsinki? It's a little bit eye of the beholder, especially if you don't love the roster. You're what's this DOD doing here? What's the Wheezing Galar? What's the Palosan? What's the Melodic?
We can look at it from week 2. It has gotten better since the week 2 transaction.
But looking
He
ahead,
did.
it does look
He
better.
added Terra Excadrill with before there. Okay, I wanted to mention this in the Jakar Blue Fusion PRs. Think of this team. Imagine everyone. Watch. Give me 10 seconds. Look at this team. Imagine it without Terra Excadrill and with Emp. Emp's a great mon, but with no Terra Excadrill on a sand team, quote unquote. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think. Like, why
Especially
would
because Thunder
first
needs Terra.
this is one of these scenarios where people talk about Terra Hogs. On any other team, these three might be the Terra Hogs of the team. Helsinki has 3 options. I think Gabe has an equally 3 with it's like Moth, Ape, and something else. It's like, holy
Gliscor.
shit, how did he get 3 Gliscor? That's crazy.
And Don
Helsinki
is
has
framing
3
that
terrifying options.
in the Crystal Power rankings. Don was framing that as a downside because it's really hard for you to run these mons without Terra, and I think that is the case. I like what I've been doing, balancing the Mew and the Quavo, because you have to react to the potential for Terra if they're an offensive threat. But so far, Helsinki looked fantastic in the games that he's played. Looking at the upcoming schedule, Aiden.
Whew.
Aiden is desperate.
Never count Aiden out, please. 4-4 -9 win the chip and crystal. He's 2-3 -2. He was down on his luck. He's still in it. He's still in it. He could go 4 for my side again and win it all. That's all that matters if you win.
Leo.
That's all that matters.
Currently sitting at the 4 spot.
Will not be playing Rad Red or speedrunning during his games, I hope.
We can hope. And then, look, I've talked to Birmingham. He thinks he's making playoffs.
You love Birmingham. Not love.
He thinks he's making playoffs.
Yeah.
So if we get to like week 8 and Birmingham is like 3-4, that could be a game.
If his mind's in it, I love it. Because
Birmingham
I know after going
2 seasons ago.
Remember, he was the team that started 0-2, blew up the team, and won like 6 in a row. Well, he went 5-3. He went 0-2, completely down his luck, and then just reversed it completely. Also, while you're doing this, side tangent on Gabe's team and Crystal, Don, better player than me, really good at using his words and better to frame them better than I. I've talked to Gabe. Gabe likes having the versatility of 3 manageable Terra captains to make his opponents kind of shudder in fear of the prep. That's where he thinks he wins, which he does. Double Final Gambit. Go check out that game. It was like week 2. He ran Double Final. It still won.
It was Final Gambit and Explosion Regieleki on Guard.
Yeah, he's playing 4v6 in that game. That game was crazy. Gabe just likes the versatility. Shouts out Gabe. Chicago. But that's just a personal preferencing at that point. So yeah, I mean, everyone's got their personal preference and take it with a grain of salt. And,
I think
disclaimer.
And again, can't write.
But back to Helsinki. Back to Helsinki. Yeah.
I think if you're looking at teams that are safe or that are feeling good, right? Syracuse and Helsinki very clearly number 1 and number 2. But by no means could they be there in 7 to 10 days.
Yeah. Now, do I think they go 4-3? No, but if they do, I'll be surprised. I'll
have to find the odds on that. The odds that
because
the team starts 4-1 goes 4-3.
Because at this point, you win one more game, you're in. Like 5 games will always get you in an 8-game season. That's just that's just math.
All right.
And I was never in AP math.
Do you
want to talk about you, Jarv?
Do you want to go to me?
No, you can. I love indulging Jarvis IML.
All right, you can indulge me. Here you go.
Moaning Goon. Jarv, what's up? What's up, man? Roaring Moon. Why is it not your kill leader? It's done so well in every other season. Why are you the outlier?
Metal says it's because I did such a good job building this team that the opponent has to overcommit on prepping for Roaring Moon, and it just opens up everything else.
See, when it comes from Metal's mouth, I believe it, so I'll agree with him. Now, everybody watching at home, Jarv, can you go down to the transactions, do a quick scroll for me? You had fun. You had fun and grace. You had some fun. And I think you ended up with a great team. Non-Terra Lando to Terra Jolteon is much more scary, especially this is when it's like I think it's like too much of a cook, and that's because you have a Mew that's Terra and you can already do so much, so it's like why even have a Terra Lando option?
Yeah, and
when
see,
you
I
can just do
disagree.
you can
Right?
just do Terra Mew.
This past week, I was like prepping, and I was like, man, this Jolteon is useless. I really wish I had a Terralando.
You got to
Um,
go watch Caleb's games. He knows how to
I
use a Terra Jolteon.
I don't love my team. I think it has some nice pieces, but the synergy makes it like really hard. And again, I did in my last game against Cowtow, I did bring the wrong team. It was my second non-bring of Roaring Moon, but like I am
Yeah.
winning like through my openings. Like my lead Mew most of the
Mm,
time has been getting me so much progress. Like I talk about Lilhill just being
hmm
able to pull out these strategies in the mid game, and that's really what helps him either break like a 50-50, or he's more so been slightly behind, and that helps him kind of like retake momentum or pull ahead. For
Yeah.
me, I'm muddling through these like 5 versus 4 mon advantages. You can think of my game against like Dawn, where I just got like the max hazard stack roar set up with the Mew. Could just get
Oh,
so much progress. I think I got like 300+% worth
yeah.
of
The fuck you
HP
Mew
out.
setup,
Right.
Super Fang Roar. That was. If you're playing against that, you gotta. That's look miserable. So looking at your team, I think it's very easy to be like, all right, lead Glim, and then I'm gonna kill Glim, and then he's gonna go screens Mew or Clefable, then from there's gonna set up Moon Orlando, and then oh no, I lose. But you're not like that. You
No.
do anything. You do anything and everything to not do that. Which I'm not saying as like a bad thing. I think when people look at your team, it's like, oh god, it's a Glim, hazard stack, screens, and then goes Roaring Moon, 1DD, Roaring Moon wins, and then we all clap. But Jarv is a cook in the kitchen, and we're all just here to witness.
I like to cook.
We're all here to witness. Now,
Um,
going from his team, oh, this is another thing I want to talk about. I want to segue from your team into your upcoming games.
I was gonna look at the
And
past games and then go to the upcoming.
okay, I'm gonna view the elo. This is what I want to talk about. Uh,
It's
when
like bouncing
looking
the
at
up and
some
down over here.
Yeah, when no, I want to add a disclaimer this far into the video. When looking at Sunset, there's a lot of name brand, and people in Sunset have been in the PBO a long time or have made like quite an impact, and we love them deeply. Syracuse, friend of Ben, love Ben, love Syracuse. Comes into plays his game. Helsinki made the website, the Finnish Phenom, nickname Jarv. What did we say earlier? Invaluable, irreplaceable, probably. Not probably is, I would say.
I don't know what you're talking
Leo,
about, but say more.
Mr. Insider Leo Little Hill, like my best friend and of course co-founder of PBO. And I can go on about everybody else, and I think I should to be fair, but Shadow, love Don, irreplaceable, Icirrus City, irreplaceable, Aiden, Kuma, irreplaceable, Kalib, irreplaceable. Like everyone in Sunset is name brand, and just because they are 1-4 or 4-1, do not count them out. So with that being said, going to Jarvis' past games, start off with the Crystal Champion, Aiden. And Aiden got a taste of Sunset, and he enjoyed that win. He got to enjoy a taste of Sunset, the welcome to Sunset, and he won it. And then Jarv goes up against Shadow, and Jarv had to get the lick back from Shadow. There's some
Conquering
story
past
there.
demons.
Conquering past demons. And then he goes into Leo, which had shades of Aiden with that team, some may say. And then has to go against Dawn. And that's just two PBO impactors that who wouldn't love to see that. And then it's Jarv and Cowtow. And just because Cowtow was 1-3, this is why I had to preface this beforehand. Because just because he's 1-3 doesn't mean you can count him out, because it's Cowtow and he went 8-0 in Crystal. So you can't, just because they're 1-3 and you're like, oh, I'm giving it to Jarv in the pick'ems, which everyone should do, by the way. Just, you can't count anyone out in Sunset, as we prefaced also in the beginning with how tight this fucking race is. So I'm looking ahead of his schedule into the Kalib, which Kalib, please come back. We're worried about you. 2 and 3 minus 4. We want you to play your game. And then on to Syracuse, who's number 1 seed right now, of course, and we'll have the Ben Prep help, inner Liu Tang rivalry. And then Lilhill, who's the mercenary, and we'll find Prep help from anywhere. And then have to go up against Jarv,
Every
who
week.
Jarv and him
Every week,
begging in
Lilhill is in
DMs.
DMs. Please, please, are you Liu Tang? Am I allowed to prep with you?
Liu Tang, are you Shocks? And so he will be in Sandy Shock Squad DMs with Zaw probably, and Shadow, if he's not Liu Tang, if he's not Liu Tang, and he'll be there. So yeah, this is just all big thing, just to be like, Jarv's had a tough season, regardless of the records he's had to go into them as. Because Don was like 1-3, or 1-2, and yeah, 1-2, and then Cowtow was 1-3, then yeah. So like, don't count anybody out.
Cowtow is 2-2, but you know,
Excuse me, 2-2. Yeah,
I think I'm feeling very clearly the third best in the division.
Yeah, I mean, objectively,
it's the +8 diff. If I can pick up like one win, I feel like I'm good. And maybe that comes with Kalib's non-play this week. But then those last 2 games, I'm playing Mr. Gimmighoul, who we'll get down to, and Syracuse. I very easily could be scraping into playoffs. But I feel pretty good with the +8. Let's go to Leo.
Yeah. Let's go to Leo. My long-windedness probably took up a lot of what you wanted to say, but
no. You like to talk about me. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, don't anyone know that. Yeah, on to Leo now, who I will equally talk as lovingly.
So Leo's best win is a 2-0 over me in week 3. Right? Got the week 1 against Kalib.
Shouts out Kamala.
Gets the forfeit win over Janeiro. So technically,
yeah.
Leo is 3-2 with a 0-point diff. Losses to Kuma and Dreary Lane, both of whom are out of the playoffs right now. But, obviously no slouches. This is Sunset.
No slouches. This is Sunset, exactly.
Looking at the rest of Leo's schedule, and Don and I talk about this a bit, like which Leo is going to show up. Week 6, we're playing early. We're just playing this match for fun. It's actually a mock for our week 6 match. We get the real Leo versus Cowtow. Then Helsinki. This game will be the declaration from Leo to be the number 1 or number 2 seed. Or if this is a loss to Cowtow, Leo really needs a win between the Helsinki match or the Don match in week 8. And we know Don with a 2-3 ±0 diff right now, Don is going to have to really win that week 8 match.
And I think he really wants to win as well. Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yes.
I think, well, coming from my standpoint as like I have a lot of insider knowledge of everyone, so Don, I do hope you want to win. I hope your mental's there because I know it's midterm soon. So
the second half of Leo's schedule definitely. I'll say it's harder. The second half is harder just simply because the previously undefeated Janeiro Tinkatons didn't get to play that game. Maybe this is a whole different conversation if Janeiro had played the game, was continuing on their run, and was top of Sunset, and Leo was sitting there with like a 2-3 -3, right? So many of these games are very 50-50. I'm not a huge fan of forfeit wins, but I understand how significant that they can be when it comes to securing your safety and the standings are in the playoff hunt.
Yeah. And while Leo, we mentioned with the Bolt beforehand, is still positive with Bolt, 6-3 across 4 games. Terraglide score, putting in the work. Jirachi and Thundi getting kills, and so was Urshifu Rapid Strike. We saw Kamala get some action. That was fun.
Like, I'm trying to get a top seed so I don't have to play the people with the fat Terra Fairy Terra Captain. Number one being Leo, because I don't know how I can break a Jill Terra Fairy Gliscor. I just don't.
Ooh, yeah. I'll steal this one from Zaw. Leo is a team you don't want to face again in playoffs, where it's Terra Raging Bolt, Terra Gliscor, Terra Conk with Carbink, with the Screen's Misty Explosion, with Jirachi, who's the Serene Grace God, and then Hatterene, who's a bit bulky, and Thunderous with the Prankster. That sounds miserable. That sounds miserable, man.
I don't want to play a Terraglasscore. I don't want to play a Petrarant. I don't want to deal with these things. Let me get a single kill with my Roaring Moon.
Yeah. Yeah. But Leo doesn't want anyone to have fun.
No.
Because Leo.
Also, can we talk about Leo's
that came off bad, but go on.
Can we talk about Leo's NPC commentary in the PPO chat for the past week and a half? I have not seen Leo say anything besides, "Hey, how are you?" As if he's like SpongeBob when he gets his square corners rounded out. And I don't understand it. I get it's a regular Leo bit, but bring me
Leo,
back fun Leo. Where's the fun Leo?
He's always fun Leo. What are we talking about?
Hey, how are
Leo's
you?
always fun. Leo's always fun. Leo, don't let Jarv get to you. He's the bad cop. I'm the good cop. Remember that,
bad
Leo.
cop. I'm always the bad cop. Let's go to Lilhill.
My guy. I'll try and show no bias here for my guy.
Twitch MVP.
Yeah, that I gotta rename that, but yeah.
Start off 3-0. Kind of scraped him out. Scrappy games.
Yes,
3 teams that at this point are not in playoffs.
Yeah. So what's up with that, Lilhill? You fraud?
And then 2 losses to Helsinki. Feeling pretty good right now. Does have 2 4-0 wins. I'll just caveat that. And Don, who desperately needed a win.
Thank you for the website.
Thank you for the website. Coming up tonight, Lilhill Syracuse. Next week, faces down against the Sandy Shock Squad representative, second of the season, Aiden, right? Giving an opportunity for Za to game plan against this team once again, and then to cap it off in probably not a must win for either of us, but if things go south with our seasons, me versus Lilhill could be game of the week.
Yeah, wouldn't that would actually be kind of poetic, I think, in some sort of way. Also, after starting 2-0, started 3-0, but after starting 2-0, blew up the team. All the transactions gone. Look at that. Do a scroll. Can you do a scroll for the transactions?
No, that's it.
That's it. I mean, look at that. He swapped out everything.
Has been loving the Gardevoir.
Yeah, and Jug. He's brought Jug to every game since. I believe
he's brought Scrafty to 1 or 2 matches, but a number of mocks. Yeah. There have been some Scrafty game plans that have been scrapped.
That's because D-Dance Moxie Scrafties sounds really cool. That's why. I can't believe Bramble Best. I cannot believe Bramble Best came to a game against that Dawn game. Holy moly. Was almost Skitter Smack Bramblegast. Shouts out Bramblegast, I guess. We'll see. I mean, and Taurus gets Intimidate, right? He does have double Intimidate. That's actually kind of interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
His bundle didn't miss a pump till week 4.
And then I think he's missed 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's missed 3 in a row now. Not game of losing, but I watched the Don game. He missed the one in Blaziken. Did it matter? I don't know. Don's a pretty good player.
But is this the line that Lilhill is dancing on? A win or a loss in a given week is dependent on whether this Iron Bundle hits a single pump. I think you go for that, but how many weeks in a row can you hit?
Hey, it's in the name. Pump and Dump. Loves a gamble. He leaves up the chance every week with this Iron Bundle, man. It had to land everything gets that crest against Kuma. He could easily be 1-2 and 3 right now. Yeah. That Kuma game probably should have been a loss. Let's keep it a bug. You know what I'm saying? That Kuma game probably should have been a loss. But he played it well. So did Kuma. That damn crest. You blew up the team. Tough schedule.
Putting in work in every which way.
And Terra Great Tusk is actually kind of been pretty good. I mean, hasn't shown up in the, I believe, in the numbers.
Well, because it's got to do these other responsibilities.
He's kind of he's kind of the Pojiemski of the PB.
Get out of here. It's his only rock setter is the biggest issue, right? Every single time Lilhill goes into prep, he's like, man, hazards would look really great here because there's so few good hazard removal across the board. And it's like, well, I guess I got to put it on Tusk. And if I'm going to remove hazards, I guess I got to put spin on Tusk. And you just get boxed out of moves. And that
Yeah,
burned
he
him, I
has.
think, with against the Blaziken.
I do celebrate him bringing the Scrafty and the Bramblegast when he leaves Mon like Scizor, Glow King, and Terra Bellybolt on the bench. We love Terra Bellybolt here. Pro Terra Bellybolt always. So yeah, it's always be like, why did he leave the Terra Bellybolt on the bench? Like, they probably would have eaten those hits way better than the Bramblegast could have.
Well, it's because
You know
he
what I
wants to
mean?
bring the Encore Custap Gardevoir instead.
And I'm right there with him. I wish I could. I wish I had the balls to do that. I wish I had the gusto.
But let's go to
Do that.
Shadow.
I love Shadow.
All right,
Resident
tell me how
Singaporean.
you
And
really feel.
yeah, so Shadow, Orthworm. Oh no,
let's
actually no.
start
Let's
there.
not
Let's
start
talk
there.
about the Orthworm.
Let's Shadow. Use the Slitherwing. Use the Slitherwing, man. We gotta get the Slitherwing numbers on. We need to pump them up. Use your PBO coin. You have over 700 coin. We need you to use it. But let's start with the team.
Shadow has been bringing. I've been prepping Shadow a little bit.
Yeah, you have a little bit more insight to a season.
I prepped him for the Aiden match. I prepped against him for the Syracuse match, for my match, and for the Don match, and for the Birmingham match.
Wait. You said you prepped Shadow against you?
No. I prepped against
Oh.
Shadow for the first 4 weeks of the season.
Oh.
This Necrozma is disgusting. I think he said he's brought
Yeah.
more Herb Necrozma for the first 5 weeks. I think he had it against Don. If he just brought Slitherwing was disgusting in some of these
It always
matchups.
looks
He
so
just
good,
hasn't
right?
brought it. Just the first impression and the Will-O-Wisp and the Morning Sun is so nice. Really struggling without having a steal. This Fez is just
Where
getting
did they
set up
go?
on. But he's turned it around, and now he's 3-2 -5.
Yeah, and that's the way it goes sometimes. But as long as you're winning, and 3-2 is winning, can you complain? Because you can go 6 and you could go like 5-3 at like -1, which has happened before.
Could
With like
be,
a Vancouver.
and we were talking about this upcoming game against Kuma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kuma has had some rough rolls this season.
Yep.
Probably a little too reliant on the Terra Crest. Kuma needs a win.
No one can stop Kuma relying on it. No one can break it. No one's prepping for it. He is Terra Dynasty and Terra Woger, and he's bringing Terra Crest and 6-0ing, not 6-0ing teams, but bit of hyperbole. But like, it's top 5 in kills.
Well, we'll talk about it when we get to Kuma, right? Because you're like, how is it top 5 in kills and you're 2 and 3?
We
We'll
tell you
get to
why
that
later.
The last 2 weeks that Janeiro versus Dreary Lane, sneaky hard. Janeiro Tinkatons, 2-1, right? With 2 forfeit losses.
Yeah, 2 forfeit losses.
Has beaten Cowtow handily. We don't really know what to make of Janeiro still. Into week 6, Dreary Lane was close to making playoffs last season in their first season taking over for a team.
Yeah, true.
How is this matchup actually?
I can tell you.
This matchup's kind of tough, right? 1 Greninja Battle Bond or, the right Terra on Urshifu Single Strike. Shadow does not have a Steel type or a strong defensive backbone.
What does he have to stop at Urshifu Single, right?
It's Fez, it's Slitherwing, but it's just, there's the Intim on the Crook.
I think Terra Necrozma could probably put in a lot of work.
I think Shadow can find solutions, right? But
He's
because
creative.
of the no steal, because of how important the sturdy is on the Orgerpon, and Shadow does not want to bring Cyclizar for removal, like the recipe against Shadow is drop a hazard, find the right Terra, and just deny the Necrozma or the Keldeo. Because kind of the Necrozma or the Keldeo lose a little bit of HP. They are much easier to handle. The worst thing that you want is to go against a bulky Necrozma, right? And you're +1 or you set up. And now the Necrozma can heal off any of your damage and it's just going to start killing you back. this could be a sneaky tough matchup, right? There are just defensive profiles that Shadow is going to need to click setup buttons for.
Yeah. Oh
and
my God,
his
wait,
defensive
yeah.
profile is kind of a little too reliant on Rotom Washed, Fenzandipiti, the U-Turn Master, and Orthworm.
Shouts out.
And there's not really an option available on the draft board that Shadow could pivot to solve these problems. If you trade Wash and Orthworm for Empoleon, right, the only reasonable steal still available, it doesn't solve any of your problems.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this matchup specifically. Yeah, Dreary has much more immediate firepower to just blow off into than the Shadow does. Shadow needs a lot of setup to even get past this team, I think, unless he plays it really smart.
And we'll get to this
tough.
with Dreary Lane, but that's been Dreary Lane's issue.
Yeah.
Dreary Lane has been bringing teams that don't just click buttons. I think Gren has missed 2 or 3 games. I think Kyurem has missed 3 games.
Yeah, Terra Gren can't miss a game.
So, should be fun. Could be scary for Shadow. I think Shadow is 1 week away from things are going really great to, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to make playoffs.
It's things are all, Shadow's one of the more, Sunset's all, so there's a lot of creativity in Sunset, but when I think of Shadow, I think of creativity. We think back to Terra, Halucha, Limber, that set. Whenever a Shadow game is on, it's always a must-watch game. That's how I would say it.
Look, I was saying, the top 2 and then me as the third are the people who are feeling the safest or the best in Sunset right now. You want to start with who is teetering on a knife's edge. Shadow is at the top of that list. That 3-2, or that week 5 win to get to 3-2 was a sigh of relief, a breath of fresh air.
He's on a 3-game win streak. Yeah,
he is 1 loss away from panting, banging on Citrix Sage's door, saying, "Please help me! I can't lose again."
No, they're helping each other. There's no
You ask
way.
around the PBO, and they're like, "I can't believe Shadow is in Sunset," but that's just how Sunset is. Shadow can't get out.
Yeah, you ask anyone where Shadow or a Kuma should be oh, Gazer easily. But it's so tight here, man.
And just to continue that trend, right? Our number 7, Dawn. Why is Dawn in Sunset? Never mind why is Dawn in Sunset. Why is he losing in Sunset?
What was the comment someone made? Someone was everyone talks about Kuma for Gazer, no one talks about Charleston for Crystal. Or Dawn for Crystal. What was the
when
comment?
He was 1-3, bottom of the ladder, coming off
I think it was Shadow.
A 3-game losing streak against Kalib, which he kind of got hacked. Shadow, where he kind of threw. And then me, where it came down to a 50-50.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Shadow game, he did say he threw. That's true.
And he had to clutch up to give Lilhill his second loss. And now he's rounding out against Birmingham, who Birmingham's on a winning streak. Kuma, where we have not had a reasonable Don Kuma game in the entire history of the PBO.
Seasons.
And Leo, who is up right now. We don't know which Leo's going to show up, but has some of the most terrifying Terra captains in the format. Don
Colbus has a insanely powerful team. Terra Zarude and Terra Klefki just because it's free. But when you look at the team, I think Don's all in on Terra Blaziken. He's all in on not the Terra Blaziken. He's all in on Blaziken because Terra Zarude's 4-4, Blaziken's 6-3 in 5 games.
And this is why he picked up Ursaluna, right? Just another mon that can click buttons. Something that can take a hit and click buttons.
Yeah.
Something that the rest of his team really lacks, right? Zarude kind of needs to click Bolka. Azu kind of needs to click either Billy Drum or lock an Assault Vest, and then it's kind of limited, and then hazards really start to rack up. And what's the removal on this team? Oh, it's Cinchino.
Hey, that's hype. Tidy up.
Run
it up.
You can talk to Don. Don does not like this team whatsoever. He is trying to scrap it out. This team is not lasting more than 25 turns.
Any
team, any match
curls.
Any
because he had to draw. Go on.
I was going to say, any match that you go into, Don's team is not going to want to play for longer than 20, 25 turns. You're just trying to find a way to either maximize, like I did with the Spikes Mew, or to force him to, like, drag it out.
I was gonna say the monkey's paw curls as Don will start winning at the cost of he had to drop the Inteleon, which is his kill leader across like all his draft seasons he's ever played. Had to drop it for a bulkier, grounded poison, Dragalge, got rid of Muck.
That has not come to a game.
It also had to drop Mamo, which also a fan favorite PBO for the Ursaluna for more like immediate power. Doesn't need like a little setup or whatever.
Well, it's more like fat, right? Mamo doesn't set up. Ursaluna does, but you run the Ursaluna because it's able to like take hits. The ice typing for Mamo, the 80-point speed tier in exchange for the bulk that Ursaluna has, it just didn't make sense for Don. I think Ursaluna is a better Mon. Just the immediate breaking power of like a Flame Orb Facade, or he tried running a Trick Room pivot into Ursaluna into me. It's more realistic of a win condition for what he's able to get to. Yeah. He has to like find interesting ways. It's like charge Zapdos. I don't know if we've seen a charge Zapdos in the PBO.
I can confidently say I've never seen that. I've seen Eerie Impulse Zapdos like a handful, actually one handful of times, but never a charge Zapdos. Don's team is like, I wouldn't say easy to prep for because of how much you can just immediately destroy your team, because it's like, all right, deal speed, boost, psycho boost, probably a kill, cleft key screens, and
you kind of know
right,
like
Blaziken's Zarude comes in and
the Mons are going to be. You see them.
I don't want to say like, easy to prep for, but
you know
we just saw Overheat, Vacuum Wave, Blaziken. It was great. I mean, it was great against Lilhill.
Max Attack, Modest, Vacuum Wave into Iron Bundle, loses the roll, but gets it was a 75% roll to kill. Misses the roll, gets bailed out on the 20% chance to miss Hydro Pump.
That's what I was thinking about, the Vacuum Wave roll, and I saw Lilhill earlier. Yeah. Don's creative, fun to watch, lovely man. Gao Jing
just made the jump from the 12 spot to the 7 with a single win. With a
single win.
Was it 2-0 win? 3-0 win? With a single 3-0 win, jump from the 12 spot, I'm about to get relegated out of Sunset into Crystal, to I'm now like at the top of the 2 and 3s, jumping down to our sitting once again in the 8 spot, Aiden at 2 and 3 -2.
Yep.
Receiving.
Talk about
Go ahead.
I was gonna say to finish off on Don. Terrahog is a rude Terrahog. That's because you pay 22 points for it, and that's awesome. That's all. On to Aiden.
Coming off of 2 championships at a Neon and Crystal, receiving maximum ZA wattage,
plugged in. He's plugged in.
Opens up with a win over me. Loses to the new player Janeiro in what was one of the wackiest matches I've seen. I think the average time to click across the entire match was like 4 seconds. The entire match. Both of them were clicking buttons
below 10
in 4 seconds.
Below 10, I believe. Yeah, it was
below 10. Beats Birmingham. Winnable game for Birmingham, right? Birmingham is playing well despite, the record. Loses to Cowtow, barely loses to Lion City, and now has to, it's still in the playoffs for now, with a 2 and 3 ±0, has to show down against Helsinki, who maybe this week 6 game is a are you real or not for Helsinki. Lilhill, who at this point, he's going to hope that he's in, but this might be a do or die game for the both of them. And then week 8, Kalib.
Please come home.
Please come home. Please come home. Uber annoying team to play into. I fucking hate playing into this team. Right? You talk about knockoff really strong. Dark types are very strong. Tinkaton, Pecharunt, Terra Enamorous, Darkrai. Like, can you just not? But of course, if you have like other typings, defensive profile for Aiden's team is a little tough sometimes. It's very reliant on the Petront. You can really only set rocks with Tinkaton. He just led with like an offensive. I was a choice Scarf, Reckless, Staraptor, to try to
That was
trade one
cool.
out.
I love that. Yep.
The Blastoise, you can run it as a shell smash, but so far it's mainly been like your bulky. This is my only like defensive water or like water resist because I don't want to bring like Dragonite. It's gonna be like boots locked, and if it's if it's like a Manaphy that has Surf and Ice Beam, I can't bring the Dragonite in because they could predict me. Like this team has its limitations. I said Tinkaton was only Rock Setter, Mesprit as well. This team has its limitations, a ton of power, the setup chance or the setup opportunity for like Terra Enam is like crazy. So not infallible. So not like
Dude, Terrastellar Enam's fucking nuts.
yeah, this team
I didn't realize that's why it was banned, and then we unbanned. I was like, oh,
yeah.
that's why it was banned.
Now is going to play Helsinki with the Terra Excadrill. Like a Terra Ice. Looks like it could just smack everything on this team.
We might see Paladin as a Bloodmoon check.
I don't know. Tough next 2 weeks. We'll see what the week 8 match against Kalib ends up becoming. But now we're starting to get into the territory of okay, these are the people who have had good singular matches, sitting with a losing record, maybe
Wait,
because of luck, maybe because of any
yeah,
combination of things. Still extremely dangerous, but there's no safe game on the schedule.
I know in PBO people like playing it's 10 to 11 mons. I know people do a bit of 9 mon or 8 mon here and there. I know. Aiden, where's the area dose, man? I know you drafted it for a Oh, did he bring it one time? Actually, am I crazy? Did he bring it one time?
I want to say no.
No, he's never brought it. Where is it, Aiden? I'm waiting for the area dose because you got Blood Moon, D Knight, Enam, Darkrai. That's crazy. This is a great team. And now loving the Petron. I also got Petron too. We're
Stinking
brothers in
crutcher
our
on.
way. We're not so different, you and I, Aiden. I
Uh,
love I love Terra Enam. That Mon's been going crazy as well.
Where is the Enam?
I'm actually surprised it's Enam's 5-4.
Yeah.
But it breaks for Darkrai to become a 9-3. Bloodmoon the same thing. Bloodmoon just kind of sits there. Unfortunately, in that Cowtow game, didn't get to pop off. But the great Rindo bring.
Yeah.
Mesprit, we're not so different, you and I again. The D Knight. Sandy Shocks in a Dragon type. There's something about this season that just isn't clicking. Rex in that Garchomp isn't clicking. Aiden in the Dragonite isn't clicking. But just because it's not clicking now does not mean it will not click come playoff time. Because, again, to quote Zaw, you don't want to see this team again. Because then you don't want to have to go up against Terra, Stellar, Enam again. Or whatever Enam said it could be max HP, max special defense Enam with
So
Terra Stellar and Superpower
I'll
or whatever.
reveal
I don't know.
from prep with Shadow. So the game
Yeah.
plan was set rocks because
Uh-huh.
Aiden does not want to run removal, does not want to bring like rapid spin Blastoise. He's got so much power,
So much power.
so much power. Hazards really hurt Aiden, right? That choice scarf Enam is going to take rocks once or twice, and all you need to bring into it is something that can survive. And for Shadow, it was a like max HP, near max special defense Necrozma with a mirror herb. So what was supposed to happen was Enam was going to come in, Terra Stellar Blast on the Necrozma. Necrozma was going to take 35. Necrozma was going to get a boost off of it and then kill back.
Oh, all right.
So they're totally solutions. The hazard game, key thing to beat Aiden. Bring a Chilean berry.
Yeah.
Always bring Chilean berries.
At your do it at your own risk. I went D Knight, just to round it off about Aiden. Blood Moon. Annoying on to play against. The thing just sits there, moonlights, clicks Blood Moon. Maybe people figured it out in Sunset. I have no idea.
No, definitely not.
I don't.
It's
No
so
one.
fat.
No one ever figures it out. You can't kill it in one hit. Terra, it's like an Iron Hands in that way. Tinkaton, always annoying. Oh my, you love it when it's on your team. Hit it when you have to prep against it. And Pecharunt the GOAT will hold it down for Aiden always. I want to see more Hypnosis Darkrai, I think. For one reason or another. Why I want to see it, couldn't tell you why.
Well,
But I
usually,
hope I do.
you have multiple opportunities to bring the Darkrai in and out to either threaten like a nasty plot or a sub
Yeah,
or a
it's
hypnosis,
yeah.
right? It's 60% accuracy, but you're gonna have those opportunities. Aiden's team struggles to pivot, right? People are bringing clear amulets into the Pecharunt, so now you're kind of afraid to parting shot, or else you're gonna get stuck. I think the Crocodile had it this week. Um, if you're struggling to pivot and you're struggling with hazards, then the Darkrai is not going to get too many hypnosis opportunities.
Flip turn, you flip turn Blastoise, you turn Mesprit. Oh wait. Oh, I almost spilled my drink on my computer. What do we have? Pivot, flip turn, Pecharunt, parting shot, flip turn Blastoise, you turn Staraptor, you turn Mesprit.
Right, the Tinkaton doesn't move.
I think this team has so many options that it must be sucked to prep for.
You just kind of keep hitting things. You drop hazards and you just keep hitting things. And they're just typings that Aiden struggles with defensively. If Pecharunt gets chipped, then you're feeling so good as your opponent. And I say this as Aiden, someone who lost, because my team is not well suited to deal with Aiden's.
And he has the chance to make history. Season 8 Neon, Season 9 Crystal. He didn't do it the Raven way, where Aiden had to grind through Crystal. Raven got to skip that. Shouts out Raven. Love Raven. That's not a knock on Raven. It wasn't his fault. We were only 3 divs into 4 divs, right? Aiden grinded out through Neon. Grinded out through Crystal. 4 and 4 -9. No one thought he had it until he did it now. A similar situation. 2 and 3 -2. He can do it. He's living proof. If he gives 3 for 3, we may be talking him as the greatest PBO player, at least top 3. What the fuck?
First things first, got to make playoffs. Our number 9.
Yeah. Speaking of, we gotta make playoffs. Kuma, gotta make playoffs. This guy right here isn't even in the playoff 8, top 8.
Our number 1, our preseason number 1, every season he's ever been a part of the PBO.
Yeah.
Every other week, beats Helsinki handily. Or I'm sorry, loses to Helsinki handily. Beats Leo. Loses barely to Lilhill. Beats Dreary Lane pretty handily. Loses to Syracuse. It's like up, down, up, down. We talked about the parabola. And now this final 3 matches. Shadow, who's on a 3-game winning streak.
Yep.
Dawn, who's trying to crawl out of the basement, but is somehow in the 7 spot. Right, the difference is going to shift all through the rest of the season. Cowtow in the same boat.
Yeah,
these teams are all in the same boat.
Yeah, I've spoken to Cowtow. As of right now, he's told me he knows he's gonna make it. So I know his head's in it. Kuma, keep your head in it too. With this Terra Crest, you gotta pop off.
The Terra Crest is doing so much right now. Maybe not getting enough out of the Garchomp. I think Jakar called that out.
See what I mean? You see what I mean? Like something about it's something Cindy Shockson like a dragon type. Something ain't clicking. They're still winning. Well, sorry, Blue.
Hasn't been able to bring the Deancey because the Cresselia does so much for this team. I think Iron Crown has been Assault Vest almost every week. We see a lot of Rocky Helmet, Flip Turn, Quillfish. The Chi-Yu is trying to click buttons, but kind of the same story we've been talking about for everyone. The hazard control, pretty weak, right? It's just a Serena. And if you want this Chi-Yu to just be able to click buttons and make progress, same with the Weavile, right? Your 2 primary breakers are both Rocks weak. The Chi-Yu kind of wants a Scarf.
Yeah.
The Weavile could use a band, but is more than likely bringing boots.
Yeah.
Just one or two things go wrong in the opening, like if your Garchomp SDs and takes 50%, or if he tries to drop hazards and gets taunted, all of a sudden Kuma's on the back foot. Don and I were talking about this in our Crystal PRs. One of the team, I think it was the Metro Boom Burston, they
Yeah.
took round 1 Greninja, but because they're mostly tearing their iron hands, now Greninja isn't really worthy of like a round 1 Mon. So like, what are you doing? It's really hampering your team's ability to get stuff done. That's like the balancing of the Terra Hogs. I think the Ogerpon Wellspring is somewhat in the same boat. If you need the crest to be your defensive backbone to moonlight to like have this setup opportunity, are you going to risk like hitting the go button or taking chip on this Ogerpon Wellspring? If you have poor hazard control, can you afford to run like, an offensive Ogerpon Wellspring that's going to like be able to pivot in and out? Because what are you going to pivot to?
Jarv hasn't heard the age-old saying of removal don't matter. Hazards are not real. Who the fuck? It doesn't matter if you set him up. If I'm just gonna kill you, that's a free turn for me. Same. Could have said the same thing for Aiden's team, but look, if Terra Crest is the best option, you have and you can and you see the Terra Steel levitate setup potential. I'm gonna do that. Kuma was one Chi-Yu flamethrower away from winning against Lilhill.
Of course, like the records on these teams are in no way indicative of maybe anything
Yeah,
more than like the luck so far this season, right? Any one of these teams could have one or two more wins or losses.
yeah. I look to empathize with Kuma a bit here with this Terra Diancie. I'm struggling to bring it too, man. Like I also have Terra Woger and Terra Diancie, and I use Terra Woger more. It's just the way my team's set up.
Well, slow
But
blow.
like Terra, the goat, man. Oh my god, he'll be moved up in points, no doubt. Well, we'll see with the anyway. Terra Diancie. Is this thing? What does this thing do, man? Like Jakar
Without
tells me.
Terra, it sets rocks.
Like what? Yeah, Jakar tells me to run Trick Room, Meteor Beam. Now he's a better man than I, and he's more confident man than I. So he's that guy to run that. Me, I don't know what I'm doing with this thing. And Kuma has like the awesome Terra Crest. Top 5 in kill leader, by the way. Was it 4th kill leaders?
Well, I'll say this about Trick
Yeah.
Room, Meteor Beam, Crest, or DNC for Kuma. Who's taking advantage of the Trick Room? Right, if the DNC goes down, who wants to come in? Kuma's Mons, kind of separate from a lot of the rest of the division, are so fast.
Well, good speed tiers.
They're great speed tiers, but if you want a Trick Room, who's using it?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do that with
No.
Dynasty. I just think it's a good option. Has he even brought it?
He hasn't brought it.
Have we? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I barely brought it too, Kuma. I
It's
understand,
hard.
man.
It's hard. These teams
It's really hard to bring this on.
These teams are a little boxed in with their choices week to week. That's one of the things with Shadow, right? You have to prep for pretty much all of Shadow's mons. As shit as Earthworm is, right? We've seen him use it before. It can drop the hazards, and now all of a sudden, the Ogerpon Cornerstone has advantages because it's able to hit those breakpoints with the Ivy Cudgel.
Maybe go Terra Iron Crown. Maybe we jump to Nancy and get a different fairy. I don't know what fairies are open in Sunset. I'm not gonna lie. I can do a quick check.
The other
Enam doesn't mind.
Florges just got picked up.
Enam T, Grimmsnarl, Whimsicott, and Comfey are like the best ones.
Yeah, Comfey's
So,
just another
I mean,
Celia.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm telling you, the cupboard is bare in Sunset.
The cut steals and fairies off the shelves. But you better believe if we're talking about Tokyo Teddy Ursa's, I'm a fan. He turns it around, and then it might be it's gonna be tough if it comes down to like a Kuma Aiden game, Inner Sandy Shocks, Matt. I mean,
Is that the last week? Did I miss that?
That's a whole timeline of its own that we could be talking about. No, it's Lion City Dawn Cowtow, but Cowtow's a mercenary now, so.
What's Kuma's week 8? Kuma's week 8 is
Cowtow,
right.
I'm saying like let's say Aiden and Kuma both make playoffs. Leaderboard, not like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But like,
let's talk about our problem child.
Come home. Not you. You're not the problem, Caleb. We're saying that because we want you to come home and play.
Hope Caleb is, everything's going well.
Yeah.
Love watching Caleb play. Lost week one, won the next 2 weeks, including a huge win over Don. Have not seen them in a week in the Discord. Had a close loss to Syracuse.
Yeah.
I wanted that fortress. If you weren't gonna use it, then you could have given it to me.
Well, we'll get there.
Games remaining.
He is too stupid. It's fucked up.
Assuming Caleb comes back, right? Game against me would be big for both of us.
Yeah.
Game against Birmingham, he's making playoffs. Final game against Aiden, this could be do or die for both Caleb and Aiden to get into playoffs. And if things go wrong, this could be a do or die game. The loser gets relegated.
And Caleb was runner-up.
Right? The
So
two teams.
He worked his way up here correctly, too.
The two teams that were in finals in Crystal could be playing week 8 to avoid getting sent back.
And as a finals rematch, maybe for a relegation spot would be a great story. Not gonna lie.
They say a match made in heaven. This is a rematch made for hell.
Oh well, Sunset is Elo hell. I would say.
Would it? No way. Absolutely.
Sunset.
Well, okay, maybe for some people.
I'm just happy
to be here.
Sunset's Elo hell. Sunset is the best place to be, depending on who you ask. But it is Elo hell for players like a Kuma, a Don, who have been here such a long time.
Let's go to our other 2 and 3 -4.
Whoa,
I don't know if Caleb's gonna.
That was
this.
Nothing on
Well, he hasn't played. He hasn't played a game.
Caleb.
You want to go back to Caleb? I'll go back to
you. Yeah, I want Caleb.
Caleb, come home.
Caleb, come home. Right. Caleb has been bringing awesome sets with the Bronzong. We saw it. It was like bulky Bronzong with like Charge Beam. That was fun to see. It was like Body Press, Charge Beam, Gyro Ball. It was a crazy set. It's a Rillaboom Sneasler team. We get to play Is It Horror Arc every week. That's always fun with a Yaojing, a Lokix, a Primaloom Sneasler. Tell me that's not scary to play that game with.
We talk about these strong Terra Captains in the division, right? And
oh my god, you could bring a Grassy Seed Horror Arc and phase it as a Sneasler, dog. Like there's so many. That's crazy.
But we're talking about these strong Terra Captains throughout the division, and typically you're like, well, these Terra Captains are pretty underpowered. You tried taking a hit from the low kicks. You tried taking a hit from like a Terra Fog or a Terra Dark Choice Band low kicks.
No one can. No one has a good switch into that.
I'm trying to prep for this match, assuming that Caleb gets back to me. Caleb, please come home.
Please.
You try taking like a Choice Band U-turn for a Terra Bug Tinted Lens low kicks.
What is there like a Chillin' Berry for like that? I don't think it even saves you. I don't think it saves you. Either.
What's it called? I have it on 3 of my mons right now. It's it's not a Kasib.
There's no way.
It's like a Grenab. It's like a Grenab berry or something. It's the bug resist berry. Trust me, I've looked. I'm like, well, what if he doesn't click U-turn or first impression? What if he clicks knockoff? Then I'm screwed.
Yeah. And Terra Sandy Shocks, Terra Bronzong. This is one of the more not like honest teams. I wouldn't call it like honest. It's Rillaboom Sneasler. I mean, you know what you're getting with this team. I would say this is Caleb likes to use like the lower tier Terra Caps, not like a Terrarilla or like a Terra Gouging. I don't think it's even legal. I don't know.
This is a pretty sturdy team.
No, it's really well rounded. I mean, there's not a mon above 16, right?
Like we talk about like Don's team or like Aiden's team, where a lot of the mons are like really thick or like really frail. This team is kind of sitting in the middle with a lot of their mons, right? This Sneasler is a pretty skinny mon, but even like it gets the Grassy Seed, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess I can't hit it physically to one tap it. The Gouging takes hits, the Primarina takes hits, the Grassy Terrain just gives everything just a little bit more HP. The Mandibuzz takes hits, the Fortress or the Bronzong if they come. Your really only skinny mons are Zoroark, but you kind of have to guess if it's Zoroark.
Yeah.
Low kicks, but you don't want to take a kick like a hit from low kicks. Sneasler, and then even Sandy Shocks can take a few hits, especially if you invest it into the HP stat, so you can hazard stack.
Yeah, Sandy Shocks isn't underexplored, but it's underrated, I think. Amon's really good.
This is like in the NBA, right, where everyone's trying to rock with like a big three era, and then you have the Atlanta Hawks from like 2015 or 2016, where they have 4 players or 5 players making the All Star game because they're so well rounded, and none of them's averaging below like 15 points a game. That's kind of the Mons and
But if
Janeiro
this
team.
team runs into LeBron in the playoffs, it might fold,
You take a
right?
choice band Terra Bug first impression. Let's see how LeBron does there.
Let's see, yeah, LeBron. Yeah, on to not LeBron.
On to Janeiro.
On to Janeiro. Huh. So
Janeiro is 2-1 +2
yes, two
with
and
two
one plus two,
forfeits.
which is positive.
Right?
So that's good.
Elo upsets against
Yep.
Cowtow and Aiden. And then
Yeah, Elo upsets correct. True.
Elo
Yes.
upsets. And then Birmingham found his breath of life in Janeiro's return in week 5.
With a convincing win, I might add.
It was a
4-0.
convincing win.
Convincing.
I didn't prep him for it. He sent me a message. He said, "Look what I did. Did you see?" I'm like, I did.
Dad.
Has made some interesting choices in the games that he has played. Choosing not to bring the Goldengo, I believe, for the first 2 weeks, was able to like win it out without Goldengo and Hamu. Right, we were kind
Is
of
that
digging
true?
him for
True?
not having like a first round pick. Decides not to bring the first round or the second round pick. Non-Terra
Oh, that's
Iron
right.
Moth.
Yeah.
Janeiro can scrap out wins with like these mid-tier mons, right? Kilowattrel, nothing to snuff at. King Gambit, it can always win an endgame.
Do you vaguely remember when we spoke about it once, where it was like this could be like a blasphemous-esque player? Like he's comfortable with using like the mid to low tiers and winning.
I think that's the aspiration, right? That's where we ground our experience, or when we
Yeah,
look at a team that has the structure where we're kind of
to
like
make sense of it.
right, we're like we don't really know how this is gonna work. Well, your fairy is a Screamtail, and it's also one of your fastest mons. It's really doing a lot here. Non-Terra Iron Moth. What's the game plan here? How often are we really gonna bring the chestnut? Oh, apparently every single game.
Let me put it like this: in mod chat. Well, first of all, the human mind likes to put things in the boxes to make ourselves feel comfortable and make sense of things. And player past Blasphemous Bucephalons would make a team similar to this. Maybe add like a Gligar or like a Volbeat, and he's pretty awesome. He goes 6-2 with it.
Well, he had a Volbeat. He just swapped it for an Entei.
To a PBO trained eye, you look at this team and you go, Don will go, this team's shit. But then I have to go flip the coin and we'll say, well, hold on. What if he's a blasphemous? Then it's like, well, it could be a blasphemous. Blasphemous Bucephalons. Janeiro, we talked about, we beat Cowtow and Aiden. 2 really good players. We're like, all right, this guy might be a blasphemous type. And then
we don't see him for 2 losses.
Then we don't. Janeiro come home, and then we go, and then he goes Birmingham. We go, oh, he might not be a blasphemous.
Is Birmingham back, or is he not a blasphemous? We don't know.
This is kind of the back, or is Janeiro a fraud?
This is the inverse of the Helsinki problem, right? Helsinki is 2-1 with 2 forfeit wins. Janeiro is 2-1 with 2 forfeit losses. We don't know who these people are. They only recently came home.
I know Helsinki. Hold on, not know him. Thank you for the money, also. Janeiro, he's new here.
Next 3 matches,
first season,
right? Dreary Lane.
This is do or die.
Do or die for both of them. But I still think we're like, do we really know who Dreary Lane is? I think coming up next, and then last 2 weeks,
Hot Takes.
Shadow, who is looking much better than he was, back when Janeiro was 2-0, dominating the division. Shadow was 0-2, and now they've flipped. So that'll be a big game. And then ending on the season with the current number 1 having to find a solution for this Terra Okidogi. I don't know where we're gonna be. Janeiro's a total wild card.
Ooh. Yeah, the Okidogi in the end game. That's tough. Yeah. Dreary Lane Janeiro. I hope they can get it scheduled and also keeping it transparent. Janeiro, if you forfeit one more time, we will not be talking about you come post week 7 Power Rankings, unfortunately. So in PBO, 3 strikes are out. That's how it goes. Now, a new player comes in, takes over this team. He's got 2 steel types. I'm sure one of them is getting dropped, but it'll be too late for Jarv because after week 6, no more transactions. So you have gold. You have a well-rounded team. You put this in the PBO website in the planner. I'm sure it comes out looking great. Firewater Grass, Steel Dragon Fairy. This team is so well-rounded. It's pretty honest. Screamtail Dumbit. You have a lot of fan favorite mons. Fuck the Gambit. I would say what's not to love, but I don't know what to love yet because I haven't seen enough of it. And I want to see more of it, Janeiro. And that's why I'm asking you again. Please come home.
I saw him not bring the Goldengo to the first 2 games, and I was gonna be like, all right, if he doesn't bring it a third time, I'm asking for the Goldengo. I'll trade the Roaring Moon for the Goldengo right now. And he was
didn't
gone.
bring it.
He was just gone. I was like, all right, I guess I'll wait and see. I only have one more opportunity. I only have this week.
I think you still can right now. You can ask him right now. The live
Janeiro
correspondent.
Can I have one of your steel types?
Live correspondence on the ground reporting. Jarv asked the request of a steel.
Well, if he's gonna drop, then I don't want to trade for it because then I'm a cheater.
He's not gonna drop. I hope he doesn't drop.
Janeiro, don't leave home.
Don't. Well, come home and then stay.
So, just to go back for a second, because I just flashed into the screen, but I feel like every time I have to do like a double take when I'm looking at this part of the standings. In the 12th spot, our third of 4 teams at 2 and 3 minus 4 differential.
Yeah, just to put that in perspective again.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
I'm going to plot every team in the PBO on a ladder, and we're going to see how many teams are 2 and 3, like minus 4. And all of them are going to be like, you know, either pretty significantly out of the playoff race, or they're like, okay, this is going to be like really tough. But like the entire team, the entire bubble is 2 and 3 minus 4.
Entire thing?
The Columbus Conkelders. Go ahead.
Dude, that's the guy. That's Terra Boulder. That's Cowtow. That's Mr. Ting Lu Whirlwind. Fucks up a whole team. Like, how is he 2 and 3? How?
Well,
what?
Week 1, a ugly loss against Janeiro. Stumped by the Kilowatt.
He got diced. That was Janeiro put on the clinic. I ain't gonna lie.
A close loss against Lilhill, where Lilhill just threw out combinations that I don't know if we've seen in recent days.
And Cowtow even called the D-Bond cuss-step. He even called it.
Couldn't do anything about it, right? How do you punish? You can't.
Encore. He I think he CM'd one too many times, but that's
no.
Anyway.
So he CM or he rapid spinned. So he became faster than the Gardevoir as it clicked D-Bond. But then the D-Bond is still active until Gardevoir makes another move. So to keep the trap alive, he had to click a non-attacking move. So he Calm Minded, and then the Gardevoir, now moving second, encored the Calm Mind.
I was about to say, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Right, and he was only able to move first with the D-Bond in the first place was because he had a Cuss App, which either Cowtow predicted that it was going to be a Cuss App. I was screaming in the booth, or he's just like, let me get a rapid spin off, and I'm going to outspeed it on the next turn anyway.
If Lilhill timer tactic, if he did that, I don't think Cowtow would have known, but Lilhill went instantly into it, and I think Cowtow caught it, which a great heads up play from Cowtow. That's just like ball knowledge right there. Great ball knowledge.
So, could have beaten Lilhill, give Syracuse their first loss, beats Aiden in a rematch from their quarterfinals last season, where Aiden unceremoniously ended Cowtow's 8-0 undefeated run through Crystal. And then
plus 30.
Maybe some odd choices with who they brought into the matchup against me, because I don't think I should have won that, and I didn't really understand the sticky web Parish song protect cricket tune.
We said it in the booth. It was almost, even with Cowtow like sacking momentum the whole game, we still felt he was in it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It was really impressive. It's like, oh, he's playing 6v4, but he still feels in control of this game.
Yeah.
It was really a great watch.
It took the mysterious covert cloak to just shield my quack from any kind of burn, which he committed to. He committed to, this isn't going to be covert cloak. It's going to get a burn. So very easily could be 3-2, 4-1.
4-1, yeah, easily. I don't doubt it.
And now, not the toughest schedule that we've seen on paper, but again, Leo, Dreary Lane, final week, potentially to the death. Kuma.
That's what I mean. Toughest by record. These are still name brand players that are still tough to beat on any given week. That's my point earlier. Tough way to end the season.
We should bring Cricketune more.
No. I mean, yeah, I always love a nice 1-pointer.
No, don't bring the Toxapex. Shadow's been trying to get the Toxapex for ages. I was like, how do I break through the Sinistra and Toxapex combo? I had strategies. I unfortunately did not bring them. It worked out. I'm not.
Yeah, even if like if that was like the knowledge and knowing that you could have swapped your team is like, huh? Like, well, I guess it just happened that way.
Yeah. God, this Tarap, Tinglu, I even throw like Metagross, Sinistra, Toxapex. It's so fat. It's so also hard to break.
All badass Terra Caps. Terra Sinistra, one of the most reliable Terra Caps.
And you don't need Terra with these mods. Or you kind of need.
Yeah, Boulder is a philosophy thing. Boulder is a very philosophical mod.
You can build sets that don't require Terra on these things.
I think a bulky base Boulder is better. But if you're running Terra, like I think Dawn coined it, like Rock Band Boulder, Terra Rock, Choice Band, Iron Boulder. It just kind of nukes shit.
Yeah,
just kind of nukes things.
Shadow was giving me the Terra Ghost Band Iron Boulder that was kind of nuking my team.
I also Hydreigon doesn't get enough love. I'm glad it's Terra. I'm hoping to see it. I think he's brought it. Let me double check.
Twice?
I think it's twice in 4, twice in 5. Excuse me. Let me double check. Season 10, season 10. No, it's come to all 4. Why do I feel like it hasn't? It's come to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's come to 4 or 5, and it's 4 and 2. It's actually his second kill leader, actually. Tarampa's 7 and 4. It's his best kill leader. So, Tinglu 3 and 3. Metagross at 3 and 3 as well. I just love this team. Grand Bull. I don't think we've seen brought. Can you click on the Grand Bull for me? Yeah, he's the second guy to get this.
This
he's the second guy to get Gramble.
Rocky Helmet Max Fizdev Gramble was just Intim Gramble was just walling my Roaring Moon. It was so aggravating.
Yeah, like if he brings up one more time, he's brought it the most ever.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, this is a team where it's like, what's not to love? You look at it, you go, all right, Tarapa goes Tinglu, fuck that Mon. Everyone says an agreement. Hearthflame, Metagross. I mean, and Pax is annoying. Like what is there not to love about Cowtow's team? And
there's a world,
his head is in it. I know his mental's there.
There's a world where we're talking next week and Cowtow's in 6th.
There's a week where Cowtow's in relegation range as well. That's also because he has to go up against Leo. And again, Cowtow Leo, they did that funny little fake thing. Everybody, don't worry. I gave them a stern talking to about in mod chat. Don't worry.
Let's go
on to the next.
Let's go to Dreary Lane, the Muffin Man. First
Would you
full
call
season.
what? Yeah, would you call a Terra dark horse with this Urshifu single? Like, what are we like? What are we to make of Drury Lane?
Well,
What are?
again, they took over a team last season, just
Uh
barely
huh.
missed playoffs.
Uh huh.
Uh, the teams that they have brought to a number of these games have been frankly weird. The issue,
But Drury Lane thrives in that. He thrives in a
I
bit of
don't know if
odd,
we can say that. I
in a bit of
really
an
don't.
Alice in the Wonderland type world.
I think it's so hard to diagnose Dreary Lane at this point. Because he's played tough opponents throughout his tenure in Sunset. He beat me 4-0 last season with the max HP max Spadef Sylveon. It's one of my
Okay.
worst losses I've taken in the PBO. It's like one of only
Yeah.
3 losses that are like 4-0 and worse. I think the other 2 go to Shadow. But anyway, loses to Don week 1, beats Birmingham, which up until this week we're like, okay, probably should have lost to Birmingham. Birmingham had a winning position and
Yeah.
panicked.
That was crazy.
Lost to
That
Kalib,
yeah.
lost to
The
Kuma,
stealth rock treads. Yeah.
and then pulled out a win this week against Leo, which as much as, we talk about Leo is like, Leo's good, but Leo had like a
Which
really
Leo
weird...
are you gonna get?
Right, he's like, I don't want to play Mons this week. Like, okay, Leo. Uh,
But we want to see you play monthly.
we want to see you play Mons. So I don't know what to make of Dreary Lane. We have like a do or die game for the next 3 weeks against other bubble teams. When
And
go ahead.
all this coming off of a blow up of the roster.
Yeah, nuke the team this week. When I was prepping Birmingham, I was mixing up Birmingham and Mox because I could just bring all these different mons, just picked a covert cloaker to wall the Garg, or just brought something to click buttons like the Urshifu or the Greninja. And I feel like the Dreary Lane sets that we see, I don't think we've seen a game with Greninja, Urshifu, and Kyurem, which is crazy. That we've not seen a single game with all 3 of them coming to it.
Yeah, is this the not Terra Hog, but actually no, I'm lost in the sauce. Excuse me. Let me reframe this. No, wait, go back. Go
I
back.
don't know
I
if
need this for my
he
talking point.
I don't know if he's Terra'd the Greninja. I think he's only run Protean.
Which, if you have Terra Grand, you should always be battle on, right? That's kind of like a good, right? In PBO, I need everybody to realize you can only have one Terra Captain. You don't need 2, you don't need 3. I know abundance is great, but I think some teams would be better off without, like, you don't need Terra PZ. You have Terra Grand, Terra Urshifu.
Oh,
You can
look who's
take
talking.
you can take. I don't have Terra PZ.
You have regular PZ.
I have regular PC.
Yeah, I
I
get you.
have. Hold on, slow down. You can. Claude Sire got I don't think abused, but Claude Sire, as we've known in PBO and Power Rankings in past, and has been talked about in mod chat and whatever other circles, ting loose any shocks, as a mon that can be abused and kind of just taken advantage of, like an Aloe. Shouts out Irios Shawat's the only guy who knows to use an Aloe, and also Philadelphia Flygons. But you could take those 2 less points and probably turn the Claude and Rotom into something else. But now you've added Claude and Rotom Heat, and you can't get rid of them. So maybe turn the Sylveon into something, because this team has a lot of awkward defensive pieces.
I don't think Drury Lane wants to. I think Drury Lane wants to bring Corviknight, Sylveon, Swampert, Ogerpon. I think he wants to bring 4 of these fat mid-defensive mons and have
but
1
it
or
can
2
still
breakers.
be weird. Just make the point totals a bit higher, because I don't think he makes progress with the Rotom Heat, Claude, Swampert. Wish, Baton, Pass, Protect, Sylveon.
Yeah.
Not that he runs that, but you know what I mean? Like, he could turn the Sylveon into... Let me check.
I'm sorry. This makes more sense. I forgot. This is the first week with Urshifu. Now that I remember, this makes more sense. Before it was a Dunsparce, it was an Arcanine.
Yeah.
This makes more sense.
Yeah.
The Gengar actually did good work for him against Birmingham. But I would really like to see you click buttons with the Urshifu, bringing the Greninja, right? Having that dark spam is a lot of power. I feel like we've only seen Kurum twice. How many
Like he
games has
could
Kurum come to?
like he could not have Swampert and have Empoleon. He could not have
3
Rotom
games.
Heat, and maybe he could not have Rotom Heat and probably have a Heatran. What?
Heatran's not ready.
What?
There's nothing on the
In
board.
Sunset?
There's nothing on
Oh,
the
I'm looking
board.
at Crystal. I'm looking at Crystal. My fault, gang. Hold on.
Dreary
He
Lane's sitting
could.
over here. He's like, these guys don't know my team.
Yeah, they're looking at my team. These don't know fuck anything. All right, he could have a.
There's nothing. There's
Yeah,
nothing on the board.
yeah. Actually, Dreary Lane, I retract everything I just said. Yeah, that's wait. There's Terra. There's Iron Hands. There's Iron Hands available.
You just picked up the
Sunset.
Urshifu. I think the Urshifu is a great pickup. I just
Yeah.
like to see the Kyurem, Greninja, and Urshifu all come to a game.
Actually, yeah, Urshifu just won him that game against who'd he beat? Dogden.
Leo.
Yeah, absolutely. Leo had no switch into a Terra Dark single strike.
I think this is in the right direction. I just want to see them all brought because when I was prepping Birmingham for your game, I was bringing these mons and then they didn't really show up. I think you like to play slower. You like to try to like wall something and get like a CM up with the Sylveon.
Actually,
what?
You know what? After looking at I was looking at all the wrong shit, and we were talking about all the wrong shit. Dreerling, I actually love your team. I think you thrive, and again, I say where I started. I think you thrive in this. Not bad. It's not bad.
Hold on, wait. What if we just start over this entire segment?
It's not worth it. I will say drop the Terra. I will stand by drop the Terra on the PZ because you don't need that. You have Terra and Terra single strike. I will say that.
All right, so if we were going to start over this segment,
I'm leaving this in. I'm leaving this in.
I bring the powerful mons. I think you want to play slower.
This is fucking great.
Sire.
This is hype.
I don't think you should play slower. Join us in Gen 9. Join us in Paldea. Yeah. Just hit things.
I feel like Zaw and Gazer season 9 where he's like, actually, Metal's team is good, even though it's all the months are 13 points and under. This team should be much higher. like that now. It's great. Fuck it. It looks great. Actually, I just think you could have an Iron Hands. And
maybe we make the week 6 the game of the week against Janeiro. Because now we
get
the Greninja Urshifu single strike into the Goldengo team.
No. Nothing against Dreary Lane. It's a little bit against Janeiro because I hope he shows up.
I hope he shows up. Janeiro, thank you please stay home.
Helsinki, thank you for the whips.
Last team.
Last
team.
Give
me your ode to Birmingham. The Birmingham
is this,
so desperately.
Is this 2 hours?
I don't know.
It's 2 hours.
We can.
Are you recording?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Imagine. I hope so.
Can you check?
No, let's just do this and then we'll check.
Oh.
Let's talk about Birmingham, who so desperately wanted to stay in the Sunset this season.
Can you scroll down? Click on View All Time Kill Leaders. Hit View All, and then go to Season 10. So not even Birmingham can use this treads because I can't use it. Fuck, this is Birmingham. Fuck the treads. This mod sucks.
It's the same as
what does this do, man?
It's the same as Lilhill's Great Tusk. You've pigeonholed.
I'd rather have Tusk. I'd rather have a Tusk.
Okay, then who's your steel type? Who's your steel type?
Terra Steel Guard. If Norwalk can do if Norwalk can run Terra, Water, Duosion, and Crystal and do great with that, I could run Terra Steel Guard and say F you.
Okay, then pick up the Terra Steel Guard. But you're using this as like your as your steel type, as your spinner, as your rock setter. It can only do so many things.
I think Pingu should watch the Philly Flygons use Aloe.
I just don't think he's a team for it. And I keep telling him
he should watch Erie use. He should watch Erie and Philly Flygons use Aloe.
Telling him when he preps, he needs mons that can just click a button and make progress.
Terra and Treads is a waste of points.
Treads is 1 point.
He's Terra Ape Guard. Put that shit on Manaphy.
No, I think the Ape and the Garg are your Terra captains.
I agree with that too. I'm with you there.
The only thing here that really makes progress so easily is Latios. Everything else needs a
Mm-hmm.
setup. Everything else makes like a little bit of progress. We look at these week 3 transactions. I
Yeah, you
tried
have so
getting
much
him.
insight on Birmingham, actually, so
I
this is good.
dude, I was prepping
You
Birmingham
have a lot of
for
insight.
the Lilhill match, and I'm sorry, I was prepping Lilhill for the Birmingham match in week 1.
Yeah.
I was schmixing Lilhill with this Politoed. Okay? Like this I love Politoed.
The
I just
rain
think this
frog.
team, it struggles to make progress. It wants to play a slower game in a metagame that's not tilted towards it. I get wanting to play the Aloe like the Philadelphia Flygons and Stargazer. There's no Petron on this team. The Garg can kind of fill the
Yeah.
same role, but the Garg is in the same boat as they are in Treads. The Garg has to fit these different role responsibilities. If you
Yeah,
don't
there's
want to
not a
put
pitch,
rocks
but
on Treads,
there's a guard though. No pitch, but a fucking guard.
you don't want to put
Oh.
rocks on Treads. You can put on the Garg, but then it's got move syndrome. You could put it on the
Yeah.
Ape, but
No,
like,
you don't
do you
want to.
really want to put rocks on Ape?
Yeah, no, you don't.
And look at the speed tiers. This is why he's run Choice Scarf and Iolape so much. It's because the only thing faster than Treads is Lottie. And Lottie already has so many responsibilities as a breaker, as a revenge killer.
Yeah.
And there are other things that are faster than it. He's decided to pick up the Alolan Persian, but I'm kind of like, what does this thing do? We tried like
This
a trick Choice Scarf Florges. We're trying a lot of stuff with Birmingham.
this team needs setup to do well. Manaphy needs setup.
Yeah.
Audios needs a bit of setup. Treads needs a booster, but then you can't waste it. Ape needs setup. Guard needs setup. Leech Shaman needs a leech seed.
Yeah.
Moltres needs a new typing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We tried stuff. It's like a Choice Specs Manaphy came in the
yeah, this
Dreary
team is a
lane
lot
game.
of. This team can be exciting, but at this point in the season, you might need to rely on like just like basic good sets, reliable that
Yeah.
just hopefully push you over the edge. Because this team could have been really like exciting with with what was a Whimsicott and Talonflame and Politoed, but now we have to buck up and get ready to go up against Dawn, Caleb, and Helsinki.
Please come home. Thank you for the website.
Yeah, thank you.
But again,
Please use it.
we're
Go on.
talking about this team totally
Yeah.
differently. If this 3-0 loss to Dreary Lane was a 3-0 win, like it probably should have been, then
Yeah, you
Birmingham
could be.
is
Yeah,
what
we could be talking 0-5 Birmingham and say welcome back to Sun, welcome to Crystal. Like there's a situation where that could have happened, but it's not. So, oh, excuse me, that's other guy. We
Dreary
could be
Lane
talking situation. Yeah, we keep talking situation where Birmingham is
2 and 3
closer.
minus
Yes,
1
2-3
in
-1,
playoffs.
and it's like, hey man, like you're right there. You just
Yeah.
need one more win.
And the reason why is because the differential on these losses is very small.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah, I would say that's a win in its own right. Is that you are not privileged, but lucky to be in the spot where you were 0-4, and now after 1-4, you're like, oh, I can make it back in. I'm right
So
there
in
with
it.
everybody else.
So in it,
I'm
right?
right there. I'm right
No other
there.
team at the bottom of any division is sniffing playoffs right now because their
Nope.
differential's like so bad, like a minus 18.
Yeah, no, this is not a Fredericton Frokies, not a Toronto Star Raptors. I'm sorry y'all are catching strays, but it must be said.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, you click on
no
any
other
div.
division
Yeah,
is the
no other divs
bottom
this tight.
minus 7. That's
No other
crazy.
div. No other div.
What a good div.
Gazer has a guy, excuse me, not a guy, excuse me, Toronto 0-5 -22. I'm so sorry. Crystal 0-5 -18. I'm so sorry. Neon 0-5 -16. That's like the worst you get. Like there
1
are
and 4
obvious,
minus 7.
yeah. Yeah, that's the worst. And that's after being uh 0-4 at -12.
If Birmingham just went to the Choice Scarf Annihilate instead of sacking the Garg, he's in playoffs. He's in the 8 spot.
That's how tight the race is.
That's crazy. I love this division.
the Sunset Thunderdome. Thank you, Don and Syracuse, for one of them coined it. Everybody in here should be thankful to be in Sunset. Elo Hell equally. It should be known as. Every div is great.
I love this div. I could speak to the other divs, but I'm not going
You're-
to. I love this div.
Well, you spoke to Crystal. You're so like Sunset has gotten to the point where in the past people did not want to promote because like my friend is in Sunset. I don't want to promote.
Every win I get, Soaring, I like am falling asleep at night and I'm imagining myself in semifinals and I call you in the middle of the match saying, do I have to throw this game in order to stay in Sunset? And you bewildered saying, Jarv, we're on air. What do you mean? I said, I'm serious. I don't want to leave Sunset. This division is fun. I don't want to go to Stargazer. I love the people here. You have 30 seconds before it starts to get awkward on the broadcast. Make a decision. Can I force reject promotion and win this game?
Rumor has it that's why Don and Kuma have never promoed yet because of that similar nightmare you've had. They've probably had that same thought in their head.
Look, all we got to do is just keep dragging down these Stargazer quality players like Shadow and Kuma and Don. Just drag them down into the mud so that they can't leave.
Look, Blue Fusion left Sunset 1-4. He's really close to coming back. The guy who was runner up didn't even come back. Rumor has it because he had to play in Gazer. Shouts out Blasphemous.
Is that
That's
true?
not.
Did they say that?
No,
Okay.
it's not. He wanted. His work schedule is like seasonally busy, so he like comes and goes like seasonally. I'm just saying shit to like.
All right.
To like force an agenda or like a narrative. I'm having a bit of fun.
Let me pitch you
shooting
something.
this shit.
Let me pitch you something. Season 11, Sunset. We expand to 16 only for Sunset.
Okay.
And if people don't want to leave, we just keep expanding it.
Sunset inflation.
Sunset
don't look that up.
The larger of the Thunderdomes. The Thunderdome gets bigger.
It gets so big we have to do 4 up, 4 down.
No, sorry, I wasn't recording.
No, I see the red dot. I see the red dot. PBO people, you have the local on the ground news reporter in Jarvis IMO. He's in cahoots with the commissioner, me. I will say, season 11. Look, I'm not gonna say anything, but there are over 30 waitlisters. There's 56 players in the PBO right now. You do the math.
All right, I'll say it. We're starting a farm system where the relegation and promotion, there's like a G League below the PBO. We're calling it like PBO G League.
I would love that.
If you win in like the trials, then you get promoted up into the division. So every division has their own like G League division. So like the subset, right? It's the division below Sunset. That's the subset.
The
subset trials, winners get promoted. It runs in the off season in between PBO season 10 and 11.
You don't know how original I thought I was when I did skilled divs for like Unova Kalos, and Kalos was like the G League for Unova. I would love a G League-esque system. Don't get me, dude. I'm so sports pill. I would love that.
Funded by Ryan Reynolds. We're calling it. What's it?
He did Mint Mobile. I use Mint Mobile. I switched. So yeah, I mean it's worth it. Yeah, I don't mind Ryan Reynolds. He's
a Pokemon crossover with Wrexham. I
mean Rex is right there.
Yeah, we're making Wrexham. All of the PBOers, they get to sponsor someone in trials. So Rex has his Wrexham FC player.
Yeah. I would love that. We need to run this system by the mods.
Why?
This is actually a great.
I think the more power we take away from the mods, the better the PBO becomes.
This is coming from someone who is not a mod.
The mod bourgeoisie
versus the coal mining sunset division.
versus the data analytics proletariat, the graphics making working class. Helsinki, thank you for the website.
Thank you for the website. Janeiro come home. Kalib come home. Norwalk come home. It's been a while. Whoever is facing June come home. so for some odd reason, Bup come home. Yeah. PBO people, look. This is week 5. We're into week 6 now at time recording. It is Monday, the 2nd of March. Make sure your rent's paid. Look, I understand that going 1-4, 0-5, it's tough to go on. But genuinely, I will say, until you've hit 6 losses, you're never really out. We've had people in PBO, not a lot. I'm gonna keep it honest. Not a lot of people go 3-5, make playoffs at -1. Shouts out Rex in like season 8. Jarv, you can pull that
I don't know
up.
if that's true. We've had like a decent number of 3-5s make playoffs. What did Big Dave 3-5 plus 1 last season.
Yeah, speaking of tight sunset races, you can look at that for a second. I don't think 3-5 make playoffs too often.
Hold on. What if I can?
But like, okay, even if you're 4-4, like Aid made it 4-4 -9. Until you've hit 6 losses, do not count your season out. And just, we're here to have fun. We're here to play some games. Jarv, I'm serious. 3-5 is like a rarity to make playoffs.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm serious.
3-5.
Yeah, that's the Rex +1. That's the one. That was tight. What was the crystal one what was the sunset one in season 8?
4-4 plus 2.
Yeah, I'm just gonna monologue for a bit here. Until you've hit 6 losses, I really wouldn't count yourself out. Now, relegation, different thing. Know what I'm saying? Relegation is different. that's a different story. Because that could be really anything. That could be, especially in a season, like you're in Sunset or Crystal, that could be anything. Or you're like 3-5 -6, and you're like the 8th seed's like, oh. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of rare to be 3-5 making playoffs.
Yeah.
So like it's a rarity, but really don't count yourself out. And especially if you're negative differential, don't count yourself out. But what I will say is that every piece of diff matters. Right now, everybody, I'm 3-5 plus 2. I hate X Drill. I hate King Gambit.
2?
I hate Arch. I'm 3-2 plus 2. What is this? What is this?
I was returning to our home screen.
No, what season is this? Oh, that's
now.
This is
we just did an entire 2-hour segment.
No,
on this thing.
You were clicking through and I thought you like hit season 3 and I was like, wait.
No.
So my point being, everybody, until you've hit 6, you're never really out. And just keep playing.
But if you hit 5, you're probably out.
Yeah, chances are you're probably out. I hate to say it. It's like a 90% chance you're out.
But you're not relegated unless you're in Sunset, in which case the relegation zone is like 3-5 -10.
Yeah. Which is why Don's in Sunset, because we did 3 up, 3 down. He was in Gazer, went 3-5, -9, -10, and he was the.
Oh, I have an idea, Soaring. All right.
Okay.
So we have 4 divisions. And to get into the divisions, right, below them, you also have like 4 trial divisions.
Full of like 8 people, though. It's like smaller. It's much smaller.
But let's say this. We do 3 up, 3 down. To get into Sunset.
What the fuck? Okay.
You either promote from Crystal or you promote from the Sunset Trials division.
Okay.
So there are different points of entry.
Okay. All right. Jarv, this is what if we need to push an agenda, we need
Soaring. We
need
always need to push an agenda.
we need graphics. We need numbers.
Soaring. I do all of those.
Which is I'm trying not to say it. Which is remember when the ELO was introduced and we were shaky, and now it's like, hey, shouts out boost for you. One more win, he's the guy. One more win, he's the dude. Like if he beats it one more, I mean, he's the highest in Gazer. But if you take away the active players, one more win, he's above Ben. Like ELO is like this really cool thing if we're to place players. And I love being a bitch. I love a tease. I love a teaser. I love showing my hand a bit, but I know when to hide it. Look, guys, season 11, a lot is on the table.
I stopped
season 10 we didn't.
By the way,
season
like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I never saw you hit that button. I don't believe you.
But what if I did? What if I did stop recording? And all of this was just a Soaring monologue. Guys, I gotta tell you a secret. Season 11, guys, season 11 coming up.
Season 11.
I hide my hand, but I show it
is
too.
a mod. No, yeah, there's a lot to talk about, but that comes week 8 when I put out the feedback forms. That'll be hella in depth this season. So, yeah.
Can we do a sign off?
There's a lot.
I've been waiting for a sign off for like a half hour.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Fault. Everybody, thank you for watching. Sunset. Well, the sign off, Jarvis, we need a title for the video, and I think the title's gonna be Jarv and Soaring give Sunset Dome.
Couldn't we do something like Jarv and Soaring shock the Thunderdome?
Yeah, that's more PC. We never can do that.
Jarv and Soaring give shocking dome to the Thunder.
Yeah, I think it's better. Give shocking dome.